You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. Tell the truth and shame the devil. I love being black. All right, people. All right, people. All right. Tell the truth, shame the devil. All right, we got a great subject today. Some dealing in Chicago area, the Cook County, and actually need to be titled different, but some titles they don't let go in the algorithm. So I just kind of like word up a little bit, but we're going to definitely talk about it. We got a lot to talk about. Um, right here, we have a sitting judge. She has put a tweet out, well, a video TikTok thing, and is some type of racial thing. So we're going to talk about it. We're not living in a fair world, people. And I don't care how much education that you claim that you may have or think you may have, you still are the N word at the end of the day. With a little money, with a little prestige. But I'm just telling you, I say it all the time, people. When people mess up, they come running to my channel, and when the other races of folks, white folks, beat up on them, then they want to come over and listen to what I say. But I've been and told you how they are. People, you listen. The old man said, Elijah Muhammad said they tried to do good and they can't. It just ain't in them. And I got to tell the truth, people. This is what these judges think of us, of our children. And that's why we have to be careful, people. Talking about right is right, wrong is wrong. Some of these folks, I don't care how terrible the other races are, they would not publicly denounce them in the public. You don't hear them bash the way black folks do each other. Man, we'll throw each other under the bus so fast and talking about right is right and wrong is wrong. But these other folks, they know right is right, wrong is wrong, but they're not going to throw their people out under the bus in public because it makes them look bad. But we got those get along, go along, want to be peaceful with every other race and can't get along with their own people that look like them. Oh, yeah, I'm going there tonight. And we need to hear this, people. And y'all know I love being black, black love, black unity, black power to the last hour race first. Every race or ethnicity practice race first. And there's nothing wrong with that. You're supposed to support your own. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, but I don't know what's wrong with us, people. I don't know what's wrong with us. What is wrong with black folks in the United States? We're sick. We're sick. And if this doesn't apply, let it fly. A lot of us sick. And if you go into the gun store and get a gun and you got a black person in mind shooting, you sick. Period. You're sick. If you believe that black people are the only one carjacking, snatching and grabbing, stealing, robbing, and doing all that, selling drugs and using drugs, you're sick. You are sick in your thinking. If you only believe that black people are the only politicians that can't do right and all that, you are sick. You have been conditioned. That's what you have been done. And I said it and I meant it and I ain't going to take it back. Period. Some of us that look like me, you don't believe that nothing good can come from us. Nothing. Young folks, old folks, middle-aged folks, all the same, some of us. And we always performing, tap dancing around these white folks. And you know they don't care nothing about us, and you know it and I know it. Well, you say, well, Martin, I'm educated. I have my bachelor's degree, the BA. I have my master's, and I have my associate. I have my PhD. Guess what? You got it for them to make them rich. That's what you got it for. They educated you to make them rich. They're not educating you to be self-sufficient. They educated you to depend on them and make them rich. You know, when one of the white folks look at us, how can I, how can I get rich off this person? You know what I want to say, but I ain't gonna say it. This N word. Listen, some of them size you up if you're an athlete or if you're an entertainer. They waiting on you to have a wonderful idea so they can take it and run for it and get paid off of it. That's our problem, people. We don't learn the business part. Even these creators, we go on and make all this content and they get rich off us. And we don't even know how to make money, real money on here. And you see some of the corniest videos on here, millions of views that don't mean anything, that don't count for nothing. Oh, I'm speaking tonight because I'm upset tonight. What I'm gonna show you tonight, you should be upset too. You should be upset. We go into these courthouses and we thinking that we're gonna have a fair shake. And sometimes we know it's unbalanced. I always tell you there are two court systems, one for the whites and the blacks. Well, some folks say rich and poor, but say you still gonna be poor and get some justice in this country, especially if you're white, European, Caucasian. You can get some justice in this country if you poor. And see, people, what is wrong with people when you prey on people, babies and children and all that? And somebody said it, I believe it was a week ago, when you're in war is not pretty. There's really no rules in war. They try to make some rules in war, but there's no rules in war. They kill babies, they destroy babies, they destroy mines, and they do all types of things. Before I go any farther in this video, I need you guys to share this on Facebook. I need you to like it on Facebook. Also, I need you to like it on YouTube as well. Need you to do that before I go any further. Make sure you like this video because I'm going to be dropping some jewels. I'm going to be dropping some knowledge. This ain't about who is the smartest person in the room. You got some folks come on here, they think they the smartest person in the room, in the chat, on the panel, and don't know nothing. Nobody knows about everything that we talk about. There are some subjects that we totally are illiterate. Share this video, like this video. Somebody need to hear it. Somebody's going through some things. They don't understand how the system works. The system is not broken. This system is doing exactly what it's sent out to do. Anytime you get an African-American person, a person that look like me, if you get your education, you stay out of the trouble, and you good at whatever you do, the system has lost out. It's not designed for black people to prosper, especially in a group setting at all. They did not bring us over here, and some of us over here already, to be doctors, lawyers, and educators and all that. They only had one thing in mind, and they still have that same thing in mind: laborers. They want skilled laborers. They need us to serve their interests. They want us to do the things that they're not willing to do. And it's real talk. Mark, you sound like you a hater. Well, if you call this hate, I don't know what love is. I have not told you to kill one white person. I have not told you to look down. I've never told you none of them things. You just afraid because I'm not afraid to say I love being black in the midst of all white people. I'm standing on it at the end of the day. I'll never forget my racial pride. I don't care how much money they give me, or how well they treat me. reward me with things. I'm not going to lose my racial pride at all. Because at the end of the day, when they done with you, where you going to wind up? You're going to wind right back with your people, trying to get redeemed. You had a lot of people on here that work in corporate America. You thought you was irreplaceable, but they showed you, didn't they? Didn't they show you? They handed you that service pack and said your service is no longer needed. You're like, Master, what did I do? No, the company is going into a different direction, and we don't want to take you with us. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. You don't like this type of talk, but somebody got to tell it. You can say I sound like an angry black man, but I'm not angry. I'm a truthful black man. You got folks hating because they can't control you. You won't do what they say, and they can't put you in the box. They don't like that, and they can't buy you. You're not for sale. They do not like that. They don't like it. They don't like no field Negro or rebellious Negro. They don't like it. They can't control you. So you get punished. You don't get none of the perks. You don't get none of the treats. It's almost like a laboratory full of animals. The ones that act right, we reward them. The ones that don't do what we want them to do, we don't give them anything. And that's the same way we're being treated in this society, in this white dominant society. It's real. And they try to pretend like they don't see it. You hear them making statements like, I don't see color, but you see it when it comes to black on black crime, as you say. You see it then. When you hear people say they don't see color, you better run. You better run. You better run and get away from them fast. Martin, you shouldn't be talking like this. I told my coworkers about you, how good you are and what you're doing in the community, but I don't like this type of talk. No, well, hey, this is part of it. This is not an act. This is real. We talk about discrimination. We talk about redlining and racism because it exists. We know it exists. It's not a thing of the past. Well, Martin, all I see is black people killing black people. That's all you see. That don't mean that's all exists. If you read any crime statistics, crime is proximity. That means that people that tend to live around each other, they kill and commit a crime against each other. If you mix up some of these communities with different nationalities and ethnicities, you wouldn't be hearing no black on black crime. You don't never hear white on white crime. You never hear Asian on Asian crime. That's a white supremacy talking point, black on black crime. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. That's why they want to group us together so they can starve us. They can operate better when they put us all in one area. They can starve our communities. They can send bad water in our communities, bad food in our communities. I remember it had to be about 10 years ago, maybe 8 years ago. You know, I'm black power and all this. And a white guy told me, he said, man, it'll never be a revolution. I said, why you say that? He said, we control the food. Other words, we'll starve y'all to death on the food. We'll starve y'all. And that's so many words. Real talk. So many words, people. This is real, people. There's no need in us playing around. Ain't no need to play around. I'm telling y'all know I'm telling the truth. I might even let some of y'all come in today and talk. Yeah, you know I'm telling the truth. Telling the truth and shame the devil. Tell the truth and shame the devil. We just getting warmed up. Need more of y'all to come on in. Y'all don't want to hear it. I know your white boss is watching. I know she watching. I know he watching. And you don't want them to see this video. I know you don't want them to see it, but that's okay. It's real. We know we're telling the truth. We're telling the truth. And like I always say, people, It's always, if you look at social media, especially mainstream media, you'll think black people are the only one committing crime. You'll believe it would have you thinking that, people. It would have you thinking that. And that's real talk. I got to tell the truth and shame the devil, people. I got to tell it. Some of y'all don't want to hear it, but we're going to tell it. You know you ain't nothing but some labor. Talking about you got a master's degree. What are you mastering? Tell me, what are you mastering? Are you mastering something for your people? What are you mastering? I know you ain't mastering nothing. You know you ain't mastering nothing. It's just a piece of paper. It took them about 5 minutes to make it. Took you almost a half a lifetime to get that piece of paper. And they went right on in the print shop and printed it out and handed it to you. Say, stay out of trouble. You know I'm telling the truth. And don't get me wrong, we're not against education. I believe that every man and every woman should be educated. But you should not be no educated fool. You should, if that education don't benefit you and your race of people, it's no good. It's no good. Sometimes I see two different mindsets of students. You have some students that are European descent. They say, hey, when I get out of school, I'm going to be CFO or CEO of this company. Black students, they say, well, I'm going to get a good education. I'm going to work for a big company so I can make a lot of money instead of owning a company, study developing your own company. You want to be educated to work for another person. Build up another man or woman's dream. Work on their dream, fulfill their dream. And when they get tired of you and hand you that service package and say your service is no longer needed. Oh, y'all know I'm telling the truth. It's real. It is real. It's real. It's real. I'm telling you. You got, some of us got a $250,000 worth of education. Maybe even some of us a $500,000 worth of education. And we only working for $100,000 job, $90,000 job, $65,000 with all that education. Some of us have degrees and we're not even working in the field of our own degree because it's outdated. It's old. Don't get me wrong, no disrespect. I respect an educated man or woman. But we have to continue to educate ourselves on a spiritual level and on a natural level. Some things that we've been taught wrong, and we have to unlearn them. Real talk. We're so quick to pull a pistol on one another because of our emotions. Especially some of these men that was raised by single mothers. They have emotions like women, like a woman. And I'm not calling them gay. No, I'm not saying that. But they have emotions. And we all have emotions. But men, we're more logical. Well, we supposed to be. Some of us, we have an argument. We run and go get a gun and shoot at somebody. We're sick. Y'all make sure y'all like this video because I need this video to do some numbers today. It needs to show up on somebody's timeline. That's what it needs to tell. That's what it needs to do. And people, we don't support one another's businesses. When we doing business, we don't want to do no business with nobody that's black because we feel like they don't know what they're doing. They too ghetto. We love using that word ghetto. If white people don't do it, it's ghetto. That's basically, listen, I challenge anybody out there that's listening to me here, there, and everywhere. What are you comparing what's ghetto to? And most of the time, we comparing it to white folks. If the white folks don't come outside with a bonnet on their head, it's ghetto. If the white folks don't get smart with you doing customer service, if they don't do it and we do, it's ghetto. If I'm wearing my pants sagging, it's ghetto because the white folks don't do it. It's all types of little cliches, I say, whatever you want to call them, that we say ghetto. If the white folks ain't wearing no weave and we wearing it down our buttocks, we ghetto. Ghetto hairstyle. Ghetto this. We love calling each other ghetto. You ain't nothing but a hater of your own race. That's what it's the signs that you show. That's why you can go up and down the internet and all you hear is about D and P. And y'all know what I'm talking about. That's all. And don't know how to don't even know how to keep a man or a woman. D and P. Always talking about what black people are not doing or what they should be doing. What about what they are doing? We have some successful black people that's doing great in this country. Doing well in this country. But we got those that don't believe it, don't know no history, don't open no books up to read, don't want to read, can care less. Well, history don't give me no money. It gives you an understanding of what's going on. You have to learn the rules in order to know how to play the game. I'm going to tell you how it is, people. It's like having something that come in the mail, and you got to put it together, and here's a big old instruction manual right there in front of your face. You never pick it up and read it, but you just start doing it, just doing it without even reading instructions. And a lot of us do that. We get things in the mail. We get these smart TVs. We get these computers, these laptops and everything. Never read the instruction manual. Never. We get these cell phones. We never read the instructions. We just go there, just start trying to figure it out. Open up the instruction manual and it'll show you how to figure it out. Read, people. Read. Go to Google and YouTube or something. Get a video. It'll show you how to put it together. But we just want to get it and know how. We buy these electronics and all these things. Never read the instruction manual. Never. We go fill out our taxes. We just sign right here. We go rent a storage locker. We just sign right here without reading nothing. And one thing I like about my friend Michelle, she's a school teacher, and she teaches her students. She said the people that tend to know how to read in life do better in life. They make better decisions because they know how to read. When you don't know how to read, you have to rely on other people to tell you what it's saying. Real talk. What is that saying? I don't understand it. But people, I just had to warm you guys up and show you we have a judge here in the Chicagoland area in the Cook County was made a video of a racist TikTok video of a black young child with an ankle bracelet on it. Monitor. This is what they think of us, people. This is what they think of us. And I had to educate you. And so don't go to sleep. Don't sleep on these folks because they're not sleeping on you. I heard a black brother say, one of them light-skinned, light bright brothers. Talking about white folks ain't thinking about us. That's a lie. That is a lie. That is a lie. I don't know who he working for, but that's a lie. That's a lie. That's right, Divine. Hit that like button. That's right. That is so right. And I'm going to pull this file up so y'all know what I'm talking about. And I'm going to bring it up. And this is what you see right here. Cook County Judge, reassigned, referred to Judicial Oversight Board after allegedly sharing an anti-black image. Y'all see that? A Cook County judge, a female judge at that, a Caucasian judge that did this. And we're going to go up and down this. I'm going to read a little bit. And here she is right here. I wonder how many black people stood before her in the courtroom. I wonder, in a statement of a black attorneys group that highlighted the harm of circulating a racist troop, regardless of a recent elected Cook County judge. Now, she was elected. Did y'all hear that? We voted for her to get in here. Her name is Caroline Glendon Goodman. Here you are attacking babies. Now, let me show you the image real quick, people. Here it is right here. This is the image right here, people. Look at it. My first ankle monitor. It's a little black boy, baby. This is what they think of us. This is what they think of us, people. This look right here. I'm not making this up. I'm not making this up, people. I promise you. I'm not making this up. Look at this. I'm not making this up. I'm not lying on nobody. This is 2025, people. You would think racism behind her is still alive and well. Look at it. Look at this, people. These are the people that we work for. This is a judge that we elected. We went down the list and elected her. And this is what she put up right here. This is what she think of black folks. This, look at this, people. Look at this image. They don't like me talking like this, but I got to tell it. They don't like Martin Johnson talking like this. They don't like me talking like this, but I got to tell it. They don't like Martin Johnson talking like this. But I got to tell it. I got to tell it, people. Got to tell the truth and shame the devil. Look at this image. That's ridiculous, people. Ridiculous. A young baby with a home monitoring on it, ankle monitor. This is what they think. See, they done already got the propaganda going. Got it going. And some of you that's listening to me right now, you're the same way. You don't believe that black people deserve a chance. You are benefiting from the labors and the fruits of the young civil rights movement. Ordinary people. Most of those people that was marching and protesting, a lot of them was not educated at all. Look at this, people. This is terrible. This is terrible. This is terrible, people. Very disrespectful. This is what they think of our children, people. This is what they think of our children. Look at here. Look at this. I know you don't want to talk because your white boss is looking. And you don't want to say that. I understand. But it's the truth. It's the truth, people. It's the truth. I got to tell the truth, people. We taking calls. We can talk about this. We could talk about this. It's sad, people. Vera said we can talk about each other, and it's not a problem. It's the norm. You out of the norm talking about them, tell the truth. Tell the truth. And shame the devil. You already know what the rest of it is. Sad. Here's a black boy right here with an ankle monitor on there. And this is a Democratic judge that we elected. We elected. Let me get her face up here. I definitely want to get her face up here. That we elected. And this is what let me get her face up there. That we elected. There she is, right there. This is a judge that we elected. Judge Caroline. I think that's her name. Caroline. Goodman. This judge right here. I wouldn't want to step foot in her room. Mm-mm. This judge, this white lady here. This is what she think about your black children. This is what she think about your black children. See, when you go on here destroying your black children, talking about them in front of these white folks, so you giving them power to do something to your children. This is the way they think. Yeah. Look at this, people. Look at this. This lady right here was just elected to office. She was just elected. And look at her. Look at her. Look at her. Listen. This is something, people. Look at her. And she put this out. This is what she think of us, people. She shouldn't even be able to serve at all. That's crazy. This is real. This is what they think of us, people. This lady right here. Look at her. Let it sink in. This white lady with this beautiful smile. Look at her. Pretty white teeth. Look at her. But can't stand your black complexion. Can't stand you. And any opportunity she get, she'll probably send you down a river. See, people, racism is real. Hate is real, people. It's real. Not just among black people. It's in our race too as well. More so, we against each other. And I don't blame you. If you're white, I wouldn't want to go in front because she's not fair and want to be a judge. And you serve on the bar. You're on the bar, and you thinking like that. That's terrible. This is her mindset. This is her mindset. She bogus. She bogus, people. She bogus. And you're right, little boy. This is probably an AI thing. 4 toes instead of 5. But this is what they think, people. I gotta tell the truth. This is terrible. It's terrible. And I'm quite sure. And I'm not saying this is not for every white person. Let me get that out here. I'm not saying all white people think like this and do things like that. I know I'm not saying that. But this white person, we know how she think. She can't hide no more. We know how she think. We know what her mindset is. It's proven right here. Judge Caroline Goodman. We know how she think. Lock them up. Put them on home confinement. We know how she think. We know how she think. We know how she think. I hope y'all didn't vote for her. Yeah, this should be a hate crime. That's what I say. All right, people, we're going to take some calls. I'm going to send a link in. If you want to come in, you're more than welcome to come in. Come on, sign in. That's my link right there. And you can come on in. I can look at some faces. Yeah. Regardless of how a black person made it now, but a white person put it out there in her mindset. Whoever made it. You are an elected official. You're sitting on a judge. You're a Cook County judge. Nowhere in the world we can get around this. All right, people, if you want to come in and talk, it's okay. I sent the link, or you can call 872-2999. 872-299-0808, or you can call 872-297-6389. I'm open for some calls and suggestions. Let's get it on. I'm ready to rock and roll. All right, people, let's get it going on. Let's get it going on. What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts? Oh, yeah, corporate America, that's right. They be quiet about stuff like this. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And some of us that work in corporate America, we skinning and grinning and laughing and going and getting along with this type of behavior. You know, Martin, your people, 45 people got killed this 4th of July weekend. What's really going on in these areas? You know what's going on in these areas. You're starved in these areas. There's no resources in these areas. Bad foods, no loans, high interest rate loan, too many liquor stores, bad politicians, failing school. You know what's wrong with these areas. You know what's up with these areas. It's real, people. Come on in, people. 872-299-0808. We're not going to justify this type of behavior. Mm-hmm. We're not going to justify this behavior. All right. Well, my corporate American people calling my master's degree, my PhD, my grammar talking people, good people, come on in and talk. Let's talk about this. You don't want to talk about this because you pretend like you don't see it. Racism don't apply to you because you make a lot of money. I understand, right? Uh-huh. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Real talk. Stop it. Come on, call in, people. This is live, uncut, unedited. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Come on in. Come on in. I invite y'all. Come on, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. We don't want to talk about it. You afraid somebody gonna get you? Nobody gonna get you. Come on in. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, people. I need some questions and I need some answers. Come on in. Come on in. This real, people. Listen, this is a sitting judge that we elected. A white lady, a Caucasian lady that's sitting in front of us don't like us. And she don't get me wrong, she don't have to like us. Because there's no law on the land they have to legislate people's hearts to liking other people. But you got to be fair when it comes to justice. I believe the same thing, Glenn. She should be removed. I believe that. They put in another position. Somebody said, stop trying to race bait. Brother, everything. You come on, call in so we can talk, James, and explain race baiting to me. 872-299-0808. Won't you come on in, James? What's that? Spy Lock. Come on in and talk to me. Since you of another ethnicity or race, call in and tell me, how am I race baiting? Tell me, how am I race baiting? Because I call some white woman, white judge out, an elected official out. Tell me how I'm race baiting over a joke. Come on now. A racist joke. It was the black lawyers that called her out. We not putting out white signs showing white people looking terrible. Black people not doing that. Call in. Come on, you follow me. I'm not gonna beat you up. I promise you. We can have a civilized conversation. James. Come on now, James. I'm not gonna cuss you out. I'm not gonna call you the H word. I'm not gonna do nothing. Let's talk. Let's be civilized people and let's just talk. Let's talk this thing out and see what we come up with. Come on with it, people. Why the joke always got to be on black people, on our children? Black images on our children. Why the joke got to be on our children, black children? Why couldn't it have been a white image with a ankle monitor on it? Come on, James, call in. You know the number right over my head, 872-297-6389. I believe the number still is working. I have no callers on, nobody on the panel tonight. Nobody call in. We can talk. We can talk. We can talk. Call me a race beta. Because I'm not supposed to talk about black and white issues. I'm just supposed to be quiet, shut up and be quiet. But you love me get on here and talk about Tiffany, wouldn't you? You'd love me to talk about another black sister and dog her out. You'd love it, won't you? But you can't get me to dog that sister out. Now, I'm going to tell the truth what she done. But as far as me going personal below the belt, it ain't going to happen. This is not a platform of hate at all. At all. And that's real talk. Real talk. It's no big deal out of a joke. Well, it's a racist joke. It's a racist joke. And nobody make no big deal. Call in. You see, it's nothing to you because you're not black. It's almost equivalent to a black person, a baby having a noose over his head or her head. Come on now. Talk to us. Y'all know what it is. Racism is real. They always said race baiting when they don't want to hear the truth. I want him to call in. That's what I want. Call in, my brother. I got one call. I'll put you in front of her. Yeah. Why she didn't use a little white boy with an ankle monitor on? White baby. Ask her that if you get a chance to talk to Judge Caroline Goodman. Ask her why she didn't do that. Oh, he know about this. He reassigned her. He know about this. Okay, caller, I'm going to take you real quick. Come on, caller. Caller, go ahead. 9433.
Hey, Martin, how you doing? Has joined.
Okay, go ahead.
Martin.
I'm here. Go ahead.
Yeah, if that was a white boy, the white boy wouldn't even have no monitor. The reason why she put the monitor on the black boy because of the color of his skin. I'm gonna say, if you ain't white, you ain't right. I'm gonna just tell the truth and saying it out. They would have gave the Caucasian, maybe probation, maybe some community service.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, James, hold it. James, yeah.
Okay.
And I still don't believe that was a real person that caught on fire. And I've never seen nobody stand on fire and stand up like that. Listen, we know America known to pull tricks and stunts, just like I don't believe Trump got shot. Trust me, it was a stunt. I know a stunt when I see it. Won't you call in, James? Do me a favor. Quit hiding behind the keyboard and call in. I won't call you no name. I won't even raise my voice at you. Matter of fact, I'll call you Mr. if you want me to call Mr. James. Please call in 872-297-6389. And some of y'all folks that hate black people, I'm waiting on you to call in too, because I'm gonna serve you right today. I'm gonna serve you right because you think you in with the white folks, but you're nothing. You got a little trinkets, a little something. You think you arrive. You ain't controlling nothing. You don't control no electricity. You don't control no water. You don't control no flow of fluid. You don't control the military. You don't control the education. You're just existing. That's it. That's it. Your education don't cause to set your people free. You're not mastering nothing for your people. You're mastering in what they want you to master in to make their system better. Oh, y'all know I'm telling the truth. I know y'all don't want to hear this. You don't want to hear this. You don't want to hear this black and white talk, don't you? But it's good. It's good. It's good. We got a couple of callers. Okay, what you done? 9433. I'm sorry. What you done? Okay, I guess so. Okay, we got 912. Go ahead, Sarge. 912.
Yeah, well, the woman on there, this time this white woman that said that she's a Jew.
Mm.
She's not white. She's a Jew.
Sarge, let me tell you something.
So she should have known better.
Hold it, Sarge. Let me tell you something.
Known better.
You have immigrants. They go as white because of the resources. I've seen it. So she right with it.
Okay, Mark.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But we both know this. But you get down to the nitty gritty. That's what she is. It don't matter what people get a chance to legally classify themselves as on paper. You get around real, no real, as it said. People know who is and people know who ain't. All right. So, and the rest falls into pocket from there. See, that's what all this DEI, wokeism, and all that going on. No. Because if you look at things historically, before all this other, we won't end happen, black folks was doing a whole lot better when everything was completely segregated. That changed, and everything else changed, and boom, fell into a big old hole, and still trying to get out of it. I
agree with you on that one. I agree. When we integrated, we lost everything. Down slow.
Ooh, man, game over. The horn went off.
Mm-hmm. But let me take this next caller. Hold on. 224. Come on, area code 224. Come on, caller.
Hey, Martin.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Good.
I was just calling in. Yeah, racism is still very real. I don't care what nobody say. I deal with it every day at work. Every day I go to work, I just feel out of place because I literally in my department, I'm the only black girl. So yeah, it's very real. I had to report. This is a different situation, but I had to write a review on Google because my mom went to a podiatrist and he said something smart to her about she shouldn't use Vaseline. And I took offense to that. And I wrote a long review on him about how if you black, you shouldn't go to this. It was a North Shore healthcare university doctor. So yeah, and I live in Lake County, so I deal with racism a lot in this area. So just my comment.
Okay, well, I'm glad you was able because see, we have a lot of black people say, I don't see nothing. Ain't nobody. They don't do anything to me. I never see a thing. Listen. These people that we're dealing with, white society, they know how to be nice. They know how to do nice things for you. They know how to give you treats and reward you. They know how to be nice. Now, just suppose that I'm white and I treat you real nice, 224, but I treat Sarge like dirt. And so when Sarge come to you and say, hey, that white guy Martin, he don't like black people. And 224 say, no, that's not true. He treats me great. He say nice things to me, compliment me. He goes out his way for things. See, that's a game, people, and we see it all the time. In the street, we say a friend of yours is not a friend of mine. See, white people can be good to you, but may not be good to the next person. I'm just
Yep.
telling the truth, people. They have these little things they
And
can't.
they use you till they don't need you no more.
Of course, of course, of course. You're
I'm
nothing to.
34, man. I'm young, but I'm not dumb. I see it every day. It's
Well,
sick.
some
It's
people
really sick.
they don't see it. They say, I have a car,
Whew.
I have a home, I have money in a bank account. Racism don't exist anymore. That's what they say. See, I wanted to name this racism, but I knew the algorithm wouldn't let it move. So I had to title it some other kind of way so we can kind of sneak it up,
Right.
put it up there. But it's real, people. And now, let me just say this. I want to say this, 224. Now, because this is a racist country and racism, that doesn't mean that black people cannot succeed in this country. I'm not saying that. So don't get that twisted, people. Don't get that twisted. But as a group,
Marianne
we're failing.
has
Now,
joined.
individual, you got to take somebody like Sarge. Sarge is well off. Sarge got a nice $500,000 home, Mercedes Benz in the garage, and he don't have to work. He's well off, so he's cool. He's laid back. But as a group, we're losing. As individuals, we have a lot of professionals that come on here. We got lawyers that come on here. We got doctors. We have professors that come on here. We have all types of people that come on here that's doing well. They have the mentality, I got mine, you better get yours. Nobody wants to help nobody get to the next level. We call it, in the world, we call it pulling up the ladder behind you. You know how when you climb up the ladder, then when you get so high, you pull the ladder up so nobody else can come behind you. Let me go to the next call. I got another caller real quick. I'll come back to you, 224. 312 area code. Come on, caller. Come on, caller.
Hello, how you doing? Hello, how you doing, Martin?
I'm doing great.
How you doing, Martin?
I'm wonderful.
Good. This Marion. This is Marion. Uh, I worked on my job that I retired from for 16 years. When I first walked in the job, I said, Heavenly Father, can this cup pass me? Because I knew what I was going to face, what was ahead of me, and it was racism. I worked on the north side, Addison and Central. You have mostly Polish and Hispanics over there. In my department, it was only two blacks. One black female, it was me, and one black male. Now, sure, they were racist, but I'm going to say this to you, Martin. I caught hell from our own people in the other departments, okay? In the other departments. I had to deal with the racism from the Polish, from the Hispanics, from the Asians, and from the blacks. Yes.
Well,
I remember it was a black CNA, and she was running in the office, and she was telling on the other black CNA, and I said to her, I said, do you think you're doing something great by doing that? I said, let me tell you something about white people. They'll smile in your face and you have you thinking you're doing something great, but when they can't trust you, they're going to get rid of you. If you run in the office and tell on your own people, they're saying in the back of their minds, what is she going to tell on us? They're going to get rid of you. She started laughing. They're not going to do nothing. They like me. 2 weeks later, she was cleaning her lockout to leave. I said, what did I tell you? I said, our biggest problems is everybody else is against us. We're against ourselves and we're against each other. That's sad to me. You're not going to go anywhere pulling everybody else down. That's our biggest problem. Everybody else is against us.
and we're against each other and ourselves. That's sad to me.
Mm.
And until that changes, we're not going anywhere. We're not going to get ahead in this life.
Mm-hmm.
We're not, Martin. And you're right. Everybody else gets theirs and they keep going. They don't come back and reach for nobody else. To me, the biggest blessing in life is when you are blessed to be a blessing to somebody else. That's where true happiness comes from in life. That's the way I live my life. I see the migrants had got all that money. And one day I was on 22nd Street, not too far from where I stay. And up under the viaduct, it was, I stopped. I had the cab driver, because I don't drive. I had him pull over. And I always keep singles with me for $5, so I can stop and give the homeless a couple of dollars up under. So one time I was up under there and this migrant came and I said, you can move away. Don't you have a $5,000 link card? Aren't you getting $5,000 a month or more? I said, no, this is for my people. I mean, no disrespect, but this is for my people that's still sleeping on the cold ground out here. They don't have no shelters. They didn't make no shelters for us to go to. They didn't give us $5,000. They don't even want to give us $200 on a link card.
Mm-hmm.
I said, so, no, I'm not giving you anything. You can move away from the cab.
Hold it, sister. Hold it, sister.
People.
Let me address something real quick, not against you. Mr. James Spellock, let me just tell you something, bro. I know you're a Caucasian brother. And he said, who's killing black people and it's not white people? Listen, brother, let me just tell you something. Who to blame for all these malpractice cases in these hospitals? It showed not all the black doctors. Who's behind the abortions? It showed enough not of the black people. Who invented abortions? That's what I want to talk about. Who invented poisoning water, sending it in lead water full in the black communities? You may not be riding down the street gunning down black people, but the stage is surely set. You sending poison in the community. Who's dropping off these guns in the black community? Because the black people ain't making them. Who's dropping off the drugs in these black communities? Who's starving these black communities, keeping for real resources coming in there? Who's sending all this bad food in the black community? Who are in charge of all these bad black images in the media? Who, Mr. James? I told you to call in. Let's talk. You got a black daughter? Come on. You should understand the struggle. Come on, call in. But I had to say that I'm sorry. And I'm not playing victim.
That's okay, Martin.
Because I am a victim of racism. I got to tell the truth and shame the devil.
Hey, Martin, I've been dealing with racism ever since I was a little girl, and I'm 66 years old. Do you know when I worked over there on Addison and Central, I worked 3 to 11:30, Martin.
Mm-hmm.
I had to catch the bus. It took me 2 hours to get home. Imagine me getting off at 11:30 at night, Martin, standing on the corner of Addison and Central, and people pulling up asking me, "Nigga B, where you going?" Oh my God! Imagine that, Martin. Imagine it at night, and I'm out there by myself. Imagine as a little girl being the only black child in the first grade classroom at Fort Dearborn Grammar School on 91st. It starts right at 90th and goes to 93rd and Racine. Fort Dearborn is still over there right now, that grammar school. And a little white girl pulled my hair. Imagine in 1960 something, and we're the only black on the block. My mother and father broke the block in. We were the first black family on 88th and Carpenter. Imagine our windows getting broken out every night. So can't nobody tell me about racism because I've been dealing with it all my life. But the only difference between a northern white hunky, I'm gonna call it like
we can't call them names on here like that. But don't do that. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Well, white people, and the southern white people is when the southern white people don't like you, you know it. When the northern white people don't like you, you learn it the hard way because they smile in your face and stab you in the back. That's the only difference. But racism is still alive and well in Chicago. Trust and believe me.
Didn't I tell you that, Martin?
Mm-hmm.
It's still alive.
Mm-hmm.
And the sad part about it is we deal with it with our own people as well. So to me, I can't trust nobody. I can't trust no group of people.
I want to educate you a little bit. Black folks can't be racist because they ain't got no power. Now, they could be biased and all that, but they can't be racist. They'll have no power.
Anytime you don't like racist, what is the definition of racism?
I'm explaining it to you.
What is the definition?
I'm explaining it to you.
Okay, the definition of racism, that you have the ability to prevent someone to be hired. You could prevent them from living in a certain location. You could prevent them from being able to open businesses and resources.
Thank you, John.
And all of that where you live. That is racist.
Okay.
Hold on, sister.
Okay.
I feel you.
Okay.
But sister,
Okay.
Hold on now. That's racism. Now, the other stuff is prejudice. Now, when you're talking about Black America, okay, white America is in no moral position to call anybody black racist. No moral position or anything else, okay? Blacks do not have power to redline areas and prevent white people from living there, opening up businesses. Hell, they can't doggone stop them. The hawk of the mind, you know, them, what they call them Arabs in the hood. See, you can't stop them from opening up businesses. See, so it's virtually impossible for a Black American to be a racist.
Okay.
In its true terms of racism.
Okay, well, I'm going to put it to you this way. Anytime you are part of the problem, I put you in the same category with everybody else. I'm going to say it like that. Anytime, let me finish, I listen to you. No. Anytime you get paid to turn your head and you accepting the money, I put you in the category with everybody else. I have not met now one alderman that has done anything for us, and most of the aldermen have been Black. Am I wrong or am I right? They have not done one thing to help their own people. I have not met one Black pastor that has done anything to help the community in which their church is in. And and I can go a little further with you. What will I call the mayor? Because
okay, hold it, Sarge. Hold it. Let's straighten something out. It sounds something. We got to get something straight here. First of all, now you can't say that there's no Black pastors out here reaching the community. There are a lot of pastors. I don't know where you've been hiding at, but there are a lot of pastors. I can start my name too. That's Black. Corey Brooks, Pastor Corey Brooks. He have helped the same community that where he pastor at. He do the food giveaway. He helped people personally, gave them money to get jobs, helped them get jobs on the construction site. I know this personally. Even myself, when I needed to video some things, some person, I didn't have nowhere to go. I called, got in contact with Pastor Brooks. He said, "Come on, Martin. Come on, you can bring your person over and interview him at my office over here." So he's one of them. Then there's another pastor. I can't remember his name right there, 59th and what's that? Wentworth, right over there. Pastor Moon. He's another one that helps the community. So for you to say that, I don't know what you got going on, but it's a lot of black pastors that's helping the community that they live in. You got some people, some churches have where they feed people. You got some churches that will help people in the community, help the young people. They hold vacational Bible school. They invite all the little youngsters in and try to teach them about God, which is not a bad thing in this day and time. You have a lot of pastors that have allowed non-members to have their funeral at their church. They eulogize people funerals that don't pay no money to their church, but they live in the community. Hey, the pastor say, "Hey, I'm going to allow them to have their funeral here." So you could never, I'm not going to allow you to say that black pastors don't do anything. Now, for these politicians, I can't really say much, but some politicians do some things. They have wrote some policies that help black people, but we know at the end of the day, this is a controlled system. Two things I've always say about politicians, that the people who they cater to are the ones who bankroll them and the ones who they most fear. We know they fear white folks, and we know it's white folks that give them money. Now, black people, we'll vote for another black person, but a lot of us, we don't donate no money to the campaign. We don't demand anything. So there are politicians that do something for black people, maybe not on a large scale that you want to see, and I agree. Now you talking about the mayor. The mayor, he gave all the money away. We talking about City of Chicago, Mayor Brandon. City broke now. Black folks didn't get none of that money. Unless they got it through contracts. But we didn't get no money. We taxpayers, and we didn't get the amount of money that they gave to the migrants, the illegal migrants, at all. We didn't get that. So, not to saying that black folks are just waiting on a handout. All of us are not waiting on no handout at all. Then let me something coming to my spirit right now. You got some black pastors have counseled women that was in distress, as far as rape, as far as bereavement, a lot of things. There's a lot of things that's going on. In some churches, they have ministries that's geared toward the community, geared toward the communities. So we have to be careful about speaking out what some black pastors are doing. Well, I can name a white pastor do a lot of great things in the black community. That's Father Flager. Now he's white, but he does a lot of things. You know, Father Flager have paid people gas bill, light bill, and all that. Then you look at Willie Wilson. Willie Wilson is a preacher. He's a preacher. He's not a pastor, but he's a preacher. And he have came in the same community and passed out money and gave him free gas and done a lot of things. So there are some black ministers out here that's doing some great work. It's just not magnifying. Now, you just hear about the shooting, the killing, the drug selling, and the snatching and grabbing. That's all the media is going to highlight. But they're not going to highlight the things that's good for the black community. If you was looking at the news, you would think every black, listen, don't you know, Sarge can back me up on this, statistically, you have more black men in college than you have in prison. Sarge can back me up with that. He's a man of facts. He can back me up with that. Trust me. So it's a lot of people out here that's doing a lot of great things. It's just not getting out. That's all. You got Taste for the Homeless, Michael Earhart. He ain't no preacher, but he go out and feed people. That's what he loved to do. But he's not magnified on the news and all that. Every now and then they don't shout. That doesn't sell to media. That don't sell. They need some killing, some shooting, some fighting, arguing, and drive by. They need some bloodshed. That's what's selling the media. So we can't be swept away with all this propaganda. Not all black people hate black people. You got some black people that love black people. They love them. You got some black people, you'll never hear them speaking against another black person in public. And even when they know they're wrong, they'll hold their thought. Now, in private, it's different. Now, how many white people going to come on here and speak out against Judge Caroline Goodman? They're not. You got one guy out here right now, James said, "Oh, get over it. It's just a joke." He didn't say one bad thing. He said, "Well, he did say I wouldn't want to go in a courtroom." He did say that. I'll take that back. I don't want to lie on him. But I wanted him to come on the panel. Let's talk about this. If there's any white people on here, come and talk. Listen, I love to see black people succeed. So I'm not one of those black people that I'm not happy for another black person to succeed. Not all of us. You can't put that stereotype on all of us. A lot of us, we're not smoking drugs and drinking and doing all types of ungodly things. You got a lot of black people that's morally good, that's doing the right thing, that love their people. And they're not getting along to go along on these jobs. Real talk. A lot of us, we see a lot of wrong on these jobs, and we would not stand up against this structure because we're afraid of losing our job. The sister said it well. If you snitching on your own people, I know I ain't gonna be able to trust you. You're not to be trusted at all. And it's real talk. I remember I'm 56 years old. I remember when I used to go on 35th over there by White Sox Park. We call it Bridgeport. White folks that ran me out of there so many times. They called me the N-word, and I was a little boy. I had to run a couple of times for my life. Got chased up out of there. Now, I'll never forget that. Never. Never. Right in Bridgeport. Well, you said, well, Martin, it ain't like that now. It may not be not like that now, but it did happen. I'll give you another instance. Maybe 4 or 5 years ago, we rallied and we marched through Mount Greenwood. And they call us all types of N-words. They said we was animals. I'm talking about these white folks. I'm talking, this is not too long ago, people. White folks in Mount Greenwood. Call us all these types of names. Y'all better get out of here. It's getting dark. Saying all types of things. Displaying guns and everything. Now, take it a man, we marching and protesting through there. It got so heated, people, and I can back this up with some pictures and video that they had to send CTA buses in there to take us up out of there. The police had to escort us up out of there in Mount Greenwood. And if anybody live in Mount Greenwood, they know what I'm talking about. This had to be 4 or 5 years ago. Maybe a little longer, I don't know. I think it was before the COVID. I'm not sure. Can't remember. But it did happen. Protesters was over there marching. White and black protesters were standing side by side. They put pressure on all of us. They had signs. You guys are animals. Go home. You animals. You destroy your own neighborhood. I'm telling you. And over in Mount Greenwood, you have a lot of professional school teachers, police, firemen, water department, all that, city workers. That's a predominantly Caucasian neighborhood. You have blacks that stay over there. But they was real nasty, real nasty. We didn't come over their community busting out windows. We wasn't over there snatching and grabbing. We was walking through protesting. And they didn't like it, people. They didn't like it. They told us to go back home. We animals. Those are code words for black people. We know that. You thugs. You destroy your own community. I'm telling y'all the truth, people. This is real. when white people don't like you, they'll let you know eventually. Eventually, they'll let you know. My phone hung up, but it's okay. But I'm still talking. Somebody's still talking. My phone hung up, but y'all can't hear them in the chat box. My phone, they can't. They're gonna eventually let you know. So it's no secret. You're never in with them people. You cool for right now. You cool for right now. But they're gonna let you know. They're gonna put you in your place. They're gonna put you in your place. Trust me. I got to call back in. My phone hung up, people. I'm sorry.
Hey, caller. This is Martin G.
I'm so
aka
sorry.
The Crime Chaser. Live, uncut, unedited broadcast. Just before you speak, please turn down all your audio. Please turn them off or down.
This is the judge right here,
Do not
people.
have us on speakerphone.
Judge
We
right
won't
here,
have
people.
an echo,
Right
and we'll
here.
be with you shortly. Thank you so much.
Right here. To
At
put
the
yeah.
tone, please record your name for announcement.
Live, uncut, unedited. All right. I'm sorry about that, people. I know y'all was talking in the chat, but they didn't hear y'all. My phone hung up, but I'm
Everybody
sorry.
ain't living to get my age, honey.
Oh, hold on.
Everybody ain't living to get my age.
People,
Hold it.
Lord.
Let me finish.
No. Did nobody hear you? No way. Y'all was off live anyway. Did nobody hear what y'all was saying because I was talking?
Oh, shoot.
They didn't hear nothing
okay.
y'all said. I'm gonna be honest with you. It wasn't because I blocked you off, it because my phone had hung up and they couldn't hear you. But I seen that you guys was talking, so
Okay.
Yeah,
they didn't hear anything you guys said.
That happens, Martin.
I'm sorry.
That happens.
Oh,
It's
man,
okay,
we
Mark.
said some
We
good stuff,
heard
too,
each
didn't we?
other. Yeah, we did. But
Yeah,
can
but
I
it's
say
not
this
important that
right
we hear each
fast,
other. The masses need to hear this information.
I
Martin's spreading
understand
the
that,
information.
Sarge. I
I know
understand
you're
that.
not saying that. I'm just putting it
I'm
out
just
there.
saying, I'm asking Mark, can I finish before I lose my train of thought, please?
Go ahead.
What
go
I'm
ahead.
saying,
I don't want
what
I don't
I'm
want you to do
saying, what I'm saying, my mother, I don't put all people in the same pot for this reason. Miss Prue was white and her husband was white. My mother needed somebody to watch me, okay? She had to trust them. She was my school teacher. So when school let out, I went home with them. They took very good care of me. They fed me. She taught me how to play the piano. She helped me with my homework. They did that while my mother worked at Spiegel during the Christmas holiday. So all people are not the same. I have an ex-coworker right now that I just retired from, and she's white. All the times I used to cry a lot of times because that was my outlet at work. I would go in the bathroom and she knew when I was upset. And she would hug me and tell me, Miriam, don't let it get to you. You're doing what you have to do. To this day, she still sends me cards. To this day, she calls me every birthday. To this day, we still have lunch. She's always been a friend to me.
Can I say something?
When everybody else,
I want to
I'm
say
just
something.
saying that.
No, I know, but I want to say
all
something.
are not the same.
I want to say something, and I agree with you. I don't know if you was on here earlier when I said, I know Sarge heard me. Your white friends could be real nice to you and caring and loving towards you and hating on the next black person. That's possible. That's very possible. So you speaking from your experience, and that's good. And I can never debunk that. But that doesn't mean that the way they treated you, they may not like another black person. You know, it's very possible. And I'm not saying that is the case, because they know how to be nice. They know how to be nice. So what I'm saying is they were real nice to you, but maybe hateful and mean toward others. And that's possible. That's very possible.
Can I say something when you get done, Martin?
Yeah, you can say
That's in any race of people. That's in any race of people.
no, but see,
because
you're not.
I know some black.
Hold it. You're not getting the point. You're not getting the point. The point is,
I'm getting the point,
no,
Martin.
no,
I
you're
can
not
only
getting
talk
it.
from my
No,
experience.
no. Listen. I didn't say I was going to take away your experience or debunk it. I'm saying that doesn't mean that they're not racist because they treat you nice. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Because they treat you nice and do right by you. That's all I'm saying.
I get that, Martin.
Okay.
And all I'm saying is, just because a black person is nice to you, don't mean they're going to be nice to me.
And that's
just
correct.
Because any human being, just because all I'm saying is just because. That's why I said I don't put all people in the same pot. You have some good in every race of people, and you have some bad in every race of people. That's my story, and I'm going to stick to it.
Okay.
Because that has been my experience in life.
Okay, well.
Because I know, I got friends. We're good friends. We're the same race. But they friend don't like me.
Okay.
And they the same race as I am.
Because they don't like you. That ain't racism.
Me.
That because somebody don't like a white.
I can't trust you.
But listen,
because I don't like you.
Hold it. First of all, don't nobody have to like you. You know what I'm saying? Black or white. That's not being racist. You know, that's not racist. There's nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of people.
Being human.
That's human being, being a human being. That's not racist. You know, it's like this. Let me give you an example of something. If you see a white person walking down the street, frowning his face up, and people say, "Oh, he racist." Why? You can't say he racist because he frowning his face up. He might be having a bad day. It's nothing toward you. Period. So I'm telling you, some people know how to identify racism, but I'm going to another level. All I'm saying is people don't have to like each other. You got a lot of people that work with each other on the workforce that don't like each other. On the police force, don't like each other. But guess what? They got a job to do, and it takes both to get together and get the job done. This white judge, she don't have to like black people. But when you make images like this and put them out and tweet them or put it on your TikTok, this shows who your character is. So I'm telling black people, like you got on here and said the H word. I don't use that word. I don't use it. And I understand you, but I don't use it. Period. In my private life or in public life, I just don't use that word. You know, I don't.
Okay, and I respect that, Martin.
I'm just talking about me. No, I'm not jumping down. I'm just talking about me. You could use whatever you want, but I'm talking about me. I don't use that word. I don't even curse. So certain words I just don't even allow to come out of my mouth. That's all I'm saying. So people don't have to like you, sister, whether they're white or black. And there's nothing wrong with that. I don't see nothing wrong with that. That's just being human. Because there's a lot of people that I don't like personally, but that don't mean that I won't help them or assist them if they need my help. Just don't like them.
Yeah,
that's all. That's all I'm saying. That's me. Just don't like them.
Okay, and I can respect that. Well, you have your people on here telling me that I had enough time and it's time for me to go. No, that's for Martin to tell me. And you know who you are. That's not for you to decide if it's my time to go. Tell the truth and shame the devil.
Tell the truth and shame the devil.
Okay, don't come at me because I'm going to tell you right now. I'm reading the comments and I will come for you. I'm not the one to be coming for. That's for Martin to tell me. If you don't have enough time, you can hang up. That's what you can do. Martin, I'm gonna let you go.
Okay.
Right. No, hold on, sister. You ain't got to just run away now, because the chat be the chat. I don't even look at the chat. I focus on the people that are in here. See, cause that chat, you'll have people. You'll have people that are keyboard warriors, as I call them. You know, doing whatever they do to try to doggone throw Martin's whole show off the rails and take it someplace they don't even want to go.
Oh my goodness!
They're keyboard warriors. Now, when it comes to the H word, okay, I'm very exact. I never use it because I know the true meaning of it. That applies to people of a certain area of the world, a certain country, and it's called Hungary.
Okay.
So the people from Hungary, that's a shortened version of where they're from. That only applies to them. But some kind of way people got confused and applied it to all white people when it's like, no. Because now it's this old movie, right? Came out in like the 40s, I think it was, called Angels with Dirty Faces. James Cagney was in it and somebody else. And one of the guys that was in the gang, the white street gang, that was his name. He said, well, this is what they call me. Why did they call him that? Because he was from Hungary. And they said it right in the movie. See? So a lot of people, they don't understand the true nature of like racism. Like you'll be like, oh, that cracker. They don't understand. They don't even know what that means. Like, who is cracker? That's all white folk. No, it's not. That's the person, whoever the overseer was, that cracked the whip. All right, let's get to work. Correct? Because you had black overseers too. Black folks own slaves too, and all this, the same old business. Correct? They cracked the whip. It's time to let's get hot. Get Sarge, booty hot.
All right, I need to take over. Right here. All right, I need some fresh callers, people. 872-299-0808. We got more people that can join us on the panel. 872-299-0808. I need some fresh voices, fresh callers to call in. I'm still waiting on James to call in. Spicklock, I think that's his name. I'm waiting on him to call in. He won't call in. I don't know, for some reason he's afraid. Just call in, man. Ain't nobody gonna bite you. I ain't gonna cuss you out now. I'm not gonna cuss you out. So we need some fresh voices. So for those of you that's watching me right now by way of YouTube or Facebook, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe button as well. We're looking at a young man. I think it's an AI picture, a baby, like with an ankle monitor on. So that was alleged that a Cook County judge, an elected judge that we voted for and put her in, or you guys voted for. I didn't vote for her. And this is what she posted up. And, some white people say, oh, just get over it, just a joke and all that. Why couldn't it have been a white guy with an ankle bracelet monitor on there? So this is, and this is what she view of black people. This is what she view. This is her view. We're looking for more callers, people. I know a lot of people don't like this type of conversation. And a lot of white people, they don't like to talk about this conversation because you call them out on the carpet with it. Because, see, it doesn't affect them. They benefit from racism. And Sarge so eloquently broke it down, racism. I was surprised. And Sarge almost made me jump through the screen. And he broke it down real well.
Hey, Martin, can I say something?
Yes, go ahead. I'm sorry, Tutu. Go ahead.
I'm gonna get off the phone after this.
Go ahead.
But I just wanted to say that's why I have a little boy too. So this is why I'll never let a white person get too close to my kid, because when they're that age, they're cute and all, but they have to grow up, and they're gonna be looked at the same way our young men are looked at right now. It's sad.
Yeah,
it is
this
sad.
Is sad right here. This is sad.
It's sad.
It's sad. It breaks my heart. It's really sad. It is.
This baby like 2 years old in this picture.
Yeah. Well, I think it's an AI picture because you could tell on the ankle you only got 4 toes. Yeah. Still, it's probably around 2 years.
Why would you come up with something like this?
Right. And even if the judge didn't make it up, she posted it though.
Right.
And she posted it. It was I think it was a bunch of black lawyers that got together and put it out on there. And Timothy Evans is the chief judge. So I think what he did was reassigned her or something to another position right now. So I don't know what they eventually going to do with her, but she's an elected person. So she's definitely broke the code of ethics of right here, and I'm telling working class people, you can't say what you want. Now, she probably wasn't on the job when she did it, but still, you elected official, you got elected in office. You're a judge. You got to carry yourself in such a way. So those of us that's working, that getting a W-2 form or under W-2 wage form, whatever, you can't say what you want to say on social media because it will come back and hunt you and affect you on your job. It will do that. Well, you say, well, Martin, well, I don't have my real name posted, so they don't know it's me, but your picture's up there. So you have to be careful what you say, people, because it might just come back and bite you. Young or old, professional, non-professional. Because we dealing in the world with different people, different race, nationality. We all down here. We definitely try to get along with each other. We have to do that to be professional when it comes in a work setting. And we don't have to trust people that don't look like us. You know, and I understand that. And I'm not worried about who don't like me because go ahead.
I got a question.
Yes.
Why do you think? Because it never made sense to me. Why are people that aren't born in America? Why are they racist? Is it because of what they see on the news? Like,
okay, when
I
you
just don't
say
feel like
people
that's right.
that aren't born in America, are you referring to white people?
No, I'm referring to like Koreans, Chinese people. That type.
Well, it's a
Oh,
stereotype.
they're indoctrinated prior to arriving here.
Said Sarge. Go ahead. Go ahead, Sarge.
That's due to the media. I could explain that
Go ahead.
very easily. Okay, when you'll have Africans that are gonna like immigrate here, and you'll see that in the city of Atlanta a lot. A single African woman will plainly, purely avoid a Black American man. They have been, indoctrinated, and they also believe in themselves. Okay, we that are foundational Black Americans, that our bloodlines go all the way back to the slavery days, we are not pure Africans. So we are not them, okay? Due to slavery and the variety of mixtures of, you had white guys that obviously with the Black slave women, and thus and so, and over generations and generations, you have us today. So they consider us mutts, right? We're not pure Africans. We're not of them. See. Now, when you're talking about racism overall, I don't know how many of you all remember it was a movie called Hotel Rwanda, where you had the Hutus and the Tutsis, two different tribes, same area of Africa. The Belgians took over. They put the Tutsis in charge. After they left, they put the Hutus in charge. And the Hutus deleted almost 1 million Tutsis. They tried to eliminate the whole Tutsi tribe. But all of them are Africans, right? So, it's indoctrination.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Black Americans, foundational Black Americans, are the most hated of all Black people on planet Earth. And it's basically because we are the most privileged Blacks on planet Earth today. We are.
I don't know about that, but
hey, Martin, what's our spending power? How many billion?
Yeah, they said trillion. What 3, 4, 5 point trillion? Yeah, but see the thing with that,
we got money,
but listen, even with that, Sarge, that money doesn't stay in our community. We don't own anything. We own I think we own 1/10 of 1%. So there's no way that we can keep that money in the community if we don't have businesses in our community. We can't. We every time our money come in, we have to outsource it. We have to go to this. It's very few Black-owned businesses that they just can't keep up with us. First of all, if you got a Black businesses get the same merchandise as Walmart, first of all, they're not going to get the same price as Walmart because Walmart buy in bulk. The more you buy, the less less price you pay. So the less you buy, the more you make. That's real talk. Well, then we have this there. Well, black people are so high, well, they have to pay a lot for their stuff more than the big box companies. So the big box company, they buying 25, 30 skids at a time of a certain item, where opposed to a proprietor probably only buying one skid. So he can't give you the price as a Walmart or something like that. So that's why they fought so hard for Walmart to come in the city, because they felt that it would kill small businesses. And it did what exactly it did. That was the big push about that. Then you have
They did that nationwide.
Martin, to get back to the question that she asked, why come people from other countries who come from poor countries to be a fact think they're better than we are?
Well,
to me, and I have seen it.
I told you they are indoctrinated.
Sarge, please, I heard you. I have a different outlook on that. The United States make them feel like they're superior to us too, because they come and they get a lot of stuff that we don't get as American citizens. They can come in here and get all kind of help that we don't get. So they come in here thinking they're special, more special than we are. So they turn their noses up. The media has already planted the seed. And then when they get in our country, our government doesn't make it any better. So they really think they're better than we are. I know. I worked at a job taking place. How can you come and get a job and you can't even speak English? You can't even speak English. You don't even, the supervisor is translating in Spanish to how to fill out the application, what to do while you're working. But when it comes to the English part, she'll translate when you're filling out the application, when you have to take a test at the job. And they don't even speak English, but they come in here and they get medical cards. They getting food stamps. They getting all the things that we, most of the time, are denied as American citizens. So that's one of the
homeowners too.
Yeah, why they think, I have seen them come in, can't speak no English, got a medical card, driving a Mercedes Benz. Who does that? Who does that? That's why they think they're better than us. Yeah, because the government has them thinking that they're better than us. The media has them thinking that they're better than us. That's why they have that attitude towards us.
Okay. Well, thank you for the comments.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's all.
Okay. Thank you.
That's
for the
my
comments.
experience.
Yeah. Thank you.
Good night, Martin. It was nice talking.
Good night, Martin. I'm going to hang up somebody
Okay.
else.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
All right.
Thank you. We almost done anyway.
Bye.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
Good night.
Good night. We're going to wrap it up anyway, people. I just wanted to come on here and, share that with you so you guys know what's going on. I put the article up. You could definitely look it up. And it's a good article. It tells you what's going on. Good as in it speaks facts, volumes of what's going on. So again, people, appreciate you for tuning in today. This is live, uncut, unedited. And we're telling the truth, shame the devil. And the piggyback on what the sister just got off the phone, she said, if they can't speak English, that means they can't read it or write it. So how they're functioning, they have help. So it is what it is. And those just tuning in late, this is a Cook County judge. She has been reassigned for making a racist image. Well, allegedly posting a racist image. I don't know if she's the maker of it, so I don't want to say that. And she has been reassigned by Chief Judge Timothy Evans. So those are just tuning in. We'll get ready to close out. And thank you so much for tuning in. This is the image that she posted right here, of a young person, a black African American male with an ankle monitor, my first ankle monitor. So I don't know if she made the image. I don't believe she made the image, but she tweeted this or put it out on social media. Let me say put it out on social media. I want to be accurate. So this is what you see right here. So make sure you guys share this video, send it to your colleagues. And this judge right here, Caroline Goodman, Judge Caroline Goodman from Cook County. She was elected in this position. I wish she probably would have did this before the election, and then she probably wouldn't even have a seat. She wouldn't even be a judge anymore. She would have to be somebody would have to bring in. But thank you guys for tuning in. This is real, and we want to thank you, SARS, thank all the panel for coming in tonight. Appreciate you guys. Again, I had called James. He didn't want to come in. He wanted to just stay behind the keyboard, and or we could have had a civilized conversation.
Keyboard warrior.
Yeah. And see, white people can't tell us how we should feel or what we feel. No, you can't do that. We're not living in that dead time. If I'm sick, I'm sick. I see it. If I see the stop sign is red, and it's a stop sign. It's exactly what it is. You'll tell me what I don't see. They kill me with that, though, people. But anyway, this is live, uncut, unedited. You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. Tell the truth. And what? Shame the devil. I love being black. Peace out, people. Go